What is evil, truly? I've often asked myself this question, wandering from town to town with this sword on my back. What could it be? Someone dear to me always said, the answers are in the past. And so I ask you, imagine if you were me. Imagine for a moment. It is said that the moment when a child is born is comparable to the moment when a seed falls from a tree. Some seeds fall in the verdant grass, among streams of water and animals and divine light to grow and do great things. Others fall in the mud, the sand, the sea, but they too grow strong, adapting to their environments and defying their harsher existence with a stubborn will to live. But there are other seeds as well, seeds that fly far, farther than they have any right to, seeds that land on a dead and barren rock, seeds that cannot be saved. Imagine for a moment that you were such a seed, a poor boy with stark white hair born amidst the slums of some lord's city. Your days are spent begging for bread in the town square, stealing from the bakers and the butchers on your way to the small alleyway you call home. No family to smile at you and thank you for doing your best. No loved one to hold you at night. Your smile was the cobblestone. Your dinner was the rain. Your love was a dream. Looking up from your life of cobblestone and hunger, all you could ever imagine was that castle in the distance, that spiring, beautiful structure that the Lord lived in. What would it be like to see it for yourself? The marble walls, the grand guards standing at attention, the marvelous dining halls and the colossal throne at its center. What would it be like to call that your own? And so you, the young boy of stone and hunger, developed something that day, staring at the castle beyond your reach. Desire. On your way home, you see something in the dirt of the alleyway. One curved white sword. You look around, fearful a city guard must have dropped it or some such, but there is no such figure in the distance. No one near the street alley you call home, as if the sword descended from the sun itself, as if you were destined to find it. Hello, child. You look up and then see her there, an old bag of bones nestled in a large cloak. The woman eyes you with a spider's stare, reflecting crimson in her iris. Who are you? You ask her, but she waves you off and nods for you to sit down. You turn, looking for a trap, but strangely it doesn't come. Something tells you that there is no trap. Something tells you that this moment will change the course of your life forever. And you sit at her feet, and she places something even stranger in front of you, a necklace made of faces. You look upon it curiously before returning it to her. Who are you? You ask her. What is this? What can you will rise high, Prince of Longing? You will see the sun you so chose, and you will slay armies, bring men to their knees, sail the sea, claim the tide as your own. All these things will be given to you, she says. However, it will cost you a great and dear sacrifice. To accept this burden, all you must do is take this necklace. And she points to it, and you look down at it, and you think about your past. Your mother left, your father abandoned, you were alone the moment you were born. A lifetime of petty theft and beggar squares. In this you are offered a choice. The choice to live that same life in all the years to come, or to change your fate, to reach for more. To deny the God that sowed your seed upon the rock and bloom into something that you could not deny, that no one could ever deny. You grip the necklace, the hardest you've ever gripped anything. There is no choice. The old hag smiles as she walks towards you, but you don't smile back. After all, there is work to be done. And so you work hard, day after day, month after month with that sword in your hand. You go up to the trees near the city and strike them with that sword until your limbs go numb, and even after that, there is no room for maybe. There is no room for second chances. For those born upon the rock, you must bloom, and you will do it by any means necessary. Years go by and you gain the physique and the build of a man-at-arms, but you are still green, having no experience in battle to call your own. It's then that you see them, two strange men with bags of silver in their hands running from the city guards. You look to them, and then to the guards chasing after them, and then you run. You finally catch them in a familiar alleyway not too far from your home. The guards are closing in. At this rate, they'll be caught, and hanged as thieves. And then they see you at the alley's mouth. The guards breathe a sigh of relief. "Thank you," they say. "These fools were hard to catch. The first head comes off easy enough. The second takes some time, but the years you spent dueling the trees has paid off. You strike true, especially when they don't realize what's happened." And the two men with the money look up at you for a moment, and then they raise their hands. "Please," they cry, "don't slay us like the rest." But you only smile. "Slay you," you say. "Where's the fun in that?" 3 men run away from the city guards with bags in their hands. 2 of them are familiar thieves named Pip and Cork. The guards know them well, but there is one new face. A face with flowing white hair to his shoulders and a smile upon his face that makes it seem like he's enjoying being in such a near-death situation. You run with Pip and Cork beside you, and in this way you feel a joy you don't think you've ever felt before. It's not the satisfaction you hope to feel upon finally sitting in that castle one day, but the camaraderie, the feeling of having people beside you, running with you arm in arm. It makes you feel important, like your life is not the simple cobble and hunger it once was. And in these moments, nestled by the fire beside your friends, fleeing from the city guards, hiding from the watches you sneak past, in this you and your friends have denied the fate the gods gave you when they spread your seed upon the rock. In this, the weeds of the cobble have grown wings, and you and your friends can fly like falcons. Why not call yourselves the Band of the Falcon? "Did you hear?" One man whispers to another. "Did you hear about that castle?" "What castle?" the other man asks, and the first shakes his head. "The Lord Tutor's castle, of course. He was getting attacked by his competitors, and the Lord hired some mercenaries to protect him. Everyone thinks he's lost his mind. Mercenaries are known to be unreliable, ruthless thorns who'd open your stomach so long as there is corn in your kidney." And the other man laughs. "They'd be lucky to last today. The next week." "Did you hear?" One man whispers to another. "The mercenaries the Lord Tudor hired. They've done well to last this long, but the other lords are coming in force soon. They're done for." And the other man smiles. "They're done for." The next month. "Did you hear? Did you hear?" One man whispers to another. "The mercenaries fought back another army in that small castle." And the other man shakes his head. "How are they doing it? Do they have some magic we don't know about? Who could possibly be leading them? They call him the White Falcon. That's all I know." And the next year. "Did you hear? Did you hear?" "What?" The other man snarls, clearly annoyed with his repetitive friend. "Did the Lord send yet another army to the Falcon in his castle?" "No," the first man says. "Just one man. A man in black, with a sword on his back." You stare out of the highest tower in the castle. It's been a year of this fighting. Everyone was counting you and your men out. They told you wouldn't last a week, doomed to die in the rubble beneath the keep. They told you that taking this job was a death sentence, but here you are, and at the forefront of mercenary fame. The Tudors expected quick deaths, but you kept them alive, and you kept the castle in their hands. Through armies and sieges and assassination attempts, you've withstood them all. They call you the White Falcon, the genius strategist and the captain behind the most powerful band of mercenaries the world has ever seen. So why do they send one man? A tall man, with an even taller sword upon his back. You walk out of the castle to meet the man in a field of flowers. "Who are you?" you call out, and the man does not respond. "What are you doing here?" you call out, and still the man is silent. Instead, he unreaps his tall sword and points it towards you. It's larger than his entire body. How can he even hold that, you wonder as you look upon him. His body is covered in scars that tell of his experience. In his eyes you can see he is not one of these ex-nobles or lords born with a spoon in his hand. You can tell that everything this man has, he took with that sword on his back. And as you realize this, you smile, because you admire him. "Very well," you say. "If you win, the castle is yours, and if I win," he darts at you with a demon's speed, and the song begins, the ballad of steel that rings in the center of the battlefield. He's fast, a match for speed, even with that lumbering body and that sword upon his back slowing him down. He presses and pushes with all his might, the gales of his blows striking down trees and lesser plants that get in his way. But you're quick, and this is not as fast as you can go. You speed up, sparking after him and just smile and wave at the black swordsman as he chases after them with the blade of his death. He grunts, panting harder and harder in an effort to keep up. His swordsmanship howls at you. This is a man who has been wronged, who has felt the hunger, felt the cold and stayed standing. He speeds up too, growing to the match you as best he can and moving with a skill far greater than anyone you've ever met before. He is a seed of the barren earth as well, and this sword is all that he has. And as you two dance together in the flowing fields, you smile, because you know what to do. He thrusts his sword at you, and you stand on top of it, and you look at him. If I win, you say, I want you. Join me, and be mine. And so he joins you, the black swordsman. At first the others don't like it. The other members of the Falcon band say you're playing favorites. Pip and Cork don't like the way you act around the new recruit. Even Casca, your second in command, says she doesn't like the way you act around the swordsman in black. But you can't help it. Something about him, he feels so similar to you. He is your sword in battle, the key to your military successes. You spar together, laugh together, share drinks in between battles. You tell him about your dream to have a castle of your own, a kingdom of your own, a kingdom where there will be no seeds spread for the rock, where everyone will grow as equals. And he respects that. He respects you, and you him. You want to see him grow. You want him to see you grow, and you want to do it together. And when you finally claim that castle in your birthplace, you want him to be beside you. And so the White Falcon band grows larger. Tales of your success with the tutors makes you a myth, the legendary mercenary captain, an honor that you can't describe. Your men, who used to see you as a friend around the campfire, now worship you as a god and call out your name as they strike down enemies in battle. The black swordsman is now your frontline raider, and he strikes down enemies beside you as you claim country after country, take bounty after bounty, take quest after quest, and increase your fame to the level of adoration. Every citizen in the country now knows your name, and you smile thinking about it, thinking about the past. One day, Pip and Cork, your old friends from the cobble, who are now your captains in your weaving band, ask you a question, something simple, but a moment you will remember is something that changed the course of your life. Are you my friend, Griff? And you nod. No, you say to them. To me, a friend is someone who is their very own dream, not simply riding the coattails of my own dream because they believe in me. I love you both, and care about you more than you can know because of our shared history, but I cannot consider you both my equals, and friends, after all, are equals. And they nod. Of course they would nod. They don't even consider you a friend. Not anymore. Now you're closer to their god, but that's alright. You will be their god. You'll be their demon. You'll be anything to reach that kingdom, to finally have that castle in the distance. But that night, as the sun sets over the horizon, your black swordsman comes to you and tells you that he's leaving the band of the Falcon, and your face drops. Why? Why, when you're so close, is one of your closest subjects leaving you? You think back to the earlier conversation. Did he hear? Does he want to chase some strange thing like proving himself? How foolish. You unsheath your curved sword, the same sword that stayed with you all this time, and you pointed at him. Come, dance with me then. And you lunge at him with all the might in your bones. He's grown stronger over the years, grown into the body of a man fit enough to wield that sword. He calls it the Dragon Slayer, but you are no dragon. You are a god, and there is no man upon this earth who will stop you from your appointment with destiny. You know in your heart that he must be there, beside you, hand in hand to help you reach that distant castle, that distant kingdom you were promised by the old fortune teller. He is a stronger swordsman, that is true, but you are beyond the sword. For him the sword is a way of life, but for you the blade is a vessel to impose your will upon the world. He waves the blade at you with a force incomparable to the boy he was before, to that of your duel from long ago, but you two are a different beast entirely, and you meet him with every sense of the fortitude ingrained in your bones. You strike the final decisive blow, and you miss, and he stands above you, his sword mere inches from your neck. Goodbye, Griff, he says to you, and he puts his blade away, and beneath the setting sun, the only person you could ever call an equal abandons you. Imagine now that you are the black swordsman, roaming from town to town, accepting requests to slay monsters plaguing cities, rescuing princesses from evil lords and stopping Revan armies from pillaging villages. Where Griff made his name with his legendary band, you make your name with two things and two things only: your blood and your sword. Word of your legend increases. You hear about Griff as you travel. You hear that he has become a noble by marriage, that his mercenary band are now sworn knights of the country, and you smile for them. Griff, Casca, Pip, and Cork, all of them. Although you're not with them now, you can't say you don't miss the smiles and the laughter around the campfire at night. These days the fire gets lonely, but as the days, the months, the years go by, you become something bigger than yourself. You become the black swordsman, the traveling reaper. You become the thing that Griffith can call friend, and you smile. It's finally time. You're finally ready to stand on the same level as Griff and become his friend in truth. And you travel back to the city that the Falcon band resided in, and you ask after Griffith. The White Falcon, someone responds. He has been held captive for the last year, and your eyes go wide. You open your eyes and think about the sun, how the sight of that beautiful, cruel sun must feel. You could not know, because for the last year you've been in the same spot, shackled and abandoned by those you held dear. This tower has stripped you of everything. On the first day they took your armor and chained you in this dark dungeon. On the third day, they took your tongue and rendered it ashes. On the fifth day, they took your dignity. Your body is mangled, reduced to a shell of what you once were. Your face, once beautiful and told in songs as the most spellbinding sight in the world, has become so marred and gaunt that you cover it with the one thing they let you keep, your falcon helmet. In this moment you are alone, stripped of command, stripped of your dream and your city and your kingdom, stripped of the black swordsman, your closest comrade. But maybe it's a good thing that he left. You would never want him to see you this way, you losing your mind, fantasizing about holding a sword again, about the dream of your kingdom. But you're so weak that you can't even lift up your hands. You see a piece of glass near your fingers. If only you could bring it to your neck. But you can't, and your bones are too weak. Your mind is too frail. And look now, you're hallucinating again. You must really be going crazy. After all, before your eyes stands the black swordsman, with Casca and the band behind him, and you close your eyes. When you open your eyes, you realize you must have passed away, because before you lies all the things you've dreamed about seeing for so long. The swordsman stands in front of you, with Casca and Pip and Cork beside him. They smile and say your name with embraces and cheers, and you try to lift up your hands to do the same. You cannot. It was not a dream. Your bones are too weak to control. The black swordsman tells you that you and the band should go back to a city to rest, and you agree. But it's strange. Since when did he decide where you travel? You notice it more and more. Pip and Cork are going to him for orders. He has the final say now. Casca, dear Casca, she goes to him too. She spends more time with him, and little by little, they forget. They forget about you, their White Falcon, the one who instilled in them the dream to fly, the one who gave them the power to follow and chase. They now chase someone else, and you can't take it. No, this won't be your existence. Not when you were so close to that kingdom, close to everything you've ever wanted, everything you were denied by birth. You steal away in the night and take a carriage as far as you can. If you can't lead them, then you don't even need them. It all started with you anyway. You are the White Falcon, not them. They don't get to take that from you. No one does. No one, Griff. You stop when you see her there, Casca. She smiles at you. Where are you going, she asks you, and you frown. Just seeing the sights for a while, you reply, and she nods at you, looking down to your packed supplies. Why don't you come sit down here for a while? She walks up to you and lifts you out of the carriage. You try to stop her, but your bones are too weak to do so, and she takes you to the grass and lays you down. Where were you going, Griff? She asks you, and you scowl at her. How dare she question you? The leader that she once looked to like a god, she now dares to lift you and ask you things and treat you like you did not make everything she now holds dear come to be, like you are not the god anymore. Worship me, you would cry out, but your voice is too weak from the nights in the tower. Every part of you is weak. You turn to Casca. You are lost. It's all lost. This weakness. Your jailers in the tower did not slay you, but they might as well have. But you're strong enough for this. You reach for her dagger and bring it closer to your throat. You can do this. Your dream might be lost to the fraying body, but you can take this last action as your own. Then the dagger stops in the air, and you look up to see the black swordsman standing above you, holding the dagger before it could pierce skin, looking down at you there. And then you scream, a treacherous howl that pierces the wind around you and shakes the trees in the distance, summoning all the power in your frail bones to drive that dagger to its mark. It does not move much, but it moves, and a drop of blood spills down from your neck, down, down and down until it reaches the necklace of faces that you always wear, and the moon turns red. You open your eyes to realize that you and your people have been transported to an alternate dimension, a dimension with a red sky and strange pillars in the distance. Around you, you see the other members of your band at the Falcon. The black swordsman, Casca, Pip, Cork, and everyone else is here. But why? What is happening? And then you see her, the old hag who gave you that necklace. She walks toward you from a hill on high and looks down at your band of men. Everyone is frozen in silence. "Hello, child," she says, and your men look to you. "Commander Griff, what is happening, Commander Griff? Why are we here? Where's my daughter, my mother, my brother?" But you have no answers for them. All you can do is look to the old hag and her smile. Now that you realize it looks very similar to that necklace and that face. 3 other figures appear in the pillars in the distance to look down at you and your men. "Griffith," they call out in unison, looking only to you. Finally, you say in your mind, "People see you again. Welcome, chosen prince of longing," they say. "You are he who is destined to come, to become our 5th apostle. Come, take your place among us." "But my body," you cry out, "I cannot move." "We will make for you an altogether different body," they say to you, and you nod, looking around. "What would you have of me?" you cry out, and she smiles. "Everything." You look down at the necklace, then around at your men. Some cry for their wives, some for their sisters, daughters, and sons. You look to Casca and the swordsman, and then a tear starts to fall from your cheek. You knew this would happen, and you dared to dream anyway. You look up, holding the necklace in your hand. Can you do it? Then you look down, into the pool of blood at your feet, and in that blood you see your reflection, your broken bones and frail body, the body of a broken seed. You look back up and you say it. "I sacrifice." Then wings start to beat, and cruel creatures appear from all corners of the world and descend on your men with laughter and grinning. Husbands, brothers, and sons are instantly devoured by the hungry demons of the abyss, and though they wail and shout and curse your name, you can't bring yourself to look. Pip is swallowed and Cork is burned, but you can only look at the swordsman and Casca, who in turn look back at you. "Griffith," they shout as their friends are slaughtered. "Help us." "Griffith," they cry. "What about your dream?" "Griffith," they cry. But you shut your ears to it. You shut your ears to all of it. And you look down as you realize your body is being reforged. You are being made anew. Gone are your broken and frail limbs that meant the shattering of your destiny. You are finally whole again. But wait, you're better than whole. You're stronger, faster, and quicker of mind than ever before. And all you had to do was desire it. All you had to do was long for it. You know that in this form, all that you long for will come true, and you will make it so. This world is a canvas for your will, and you're ready to paint. You look to the swordsman and Casca, about to fall like the rest. "Griff," they call out, and you look away. And then you hear it. Steps, hooves, a horse galloping, a knight swinging, a skull on his head. He takes Casca and the swordsman on his horse and escapes the creatures chasing him. No matter, you don't need them, not anymore. You don't even need a band. They were just holding back your wings. Now, amidst the wailing screams of the ones you once held dear, you can truly fly. You are the falcon itself, and long may you soar. The story continues on Patreon, where I upload videos a day earlier so supporters can have it as soon as it's finished, and I upload patron-only audio stories as well, so check it out for my scripts, or just simply support the channel so I can make more videos more frequently and at a higher quality. And also subscribe if you enjoyed the story, as a lot of you aren't subscribed yet, and that would greatly help me. Again, thank you, and make sure to spread your wings.